Hello and welcome to the ITEC post-match interview with me, John Martin. The Pirates have just beaten Nottingham by 21 points to 15 and I'm joined by Pirates coach Gavin Cattle. Gavin, very much a game of two halves. First half excellent, second half not so. Is that your view of it?
Exactly that, yeah. I thought first half we played some really good stuff. Just in that second half, just lacked accuracy in the contact area. We did so in the first half as well, but just some crucial turnovers where could have easily been 28-3, and then you're asking Nottingham to chase a game. Just give them easy footings, and then when you give a team of their quality that opportunity, there's a real batch of play where they sort of mounted up a few penalties through scrum, and then the game you could see that the momentum had changed. But pretty happy to come away with a win eventually. There was a real good defensive set when obviously a 6-point margin that I felt that we really managed that well. So. Would have liked it to be more comfortable, but I thought in the end we worked it out and managed it quite well in them last sort of 3 or 4 minutes.
Was there a danger of a penalty try being given against the Pirates?
I don't think so. There wasn't a threat of them pushing over as such, I don't think. Obviously there was the scrum incidents, and then there was she penalised Nottingham as well, Sarah, for hands on the floor, rightly so. And we were aware of that, and we mentioned that at half-time, but when you're under that amount of pressure, which basically come from penalties and us turning the ball over, you're always going to be pushing the sort of the referees.
And playing with 14 men doesn't help, does it?
No, it doesn't. But you've got to credit Nottingham as well. They're a good team. They applied pressure well. But there was some crucial chase backs. I felt that I always look at that. Obviously, you look at why these things are happening, but in terms of the character of the team, the chase backs. And even when they scored that first try, we made them really work for that with the sin bin as well. So that then brings the clock into play. We managed to squeeze it in the end.
Would it be fair to say that the Pirates' replacements perhaps didn't have the same impact that they have done in previous weeks?
I think we brought them on at difficult times, to be honest. Front row, obviously, Jack Andrew done a good job at tight head, considering he hasn't played there all year. We've had Jay Tyak out with tonsillitis. Sam Rodman's been out for a while. Craig Mitchell's been out with a hammy. So, your squads are tested this time of the year, and I felt that Jackie done a good job there. In terms of impact, I think sometimes you've got to look at the context of the game in which they're coming on to as well.
Nicholas Di Battista back. It's good to see him back, even for just 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just good for him mentally to get back on the pitch. Certainly a lift for the squad, which picks that competitiveness. I thought Shay Tucker and Rory Pratt were excellent today, as they were last week. So we've got some boys really pushing for positions there.
And the first half was very good. 21-3 at half-time. Pirates scored 3 excellent tries.
And yeah, it could have been more. Obviously, you'd be a little bit critical as a coach, but what I was happy with was the intent. I thought the intent to play, the intent to keep the ball alive. But then in the second half, maybe got a bit too comfortable with that. We spoke about controlling the ball, and that's the carrier in contact and seeing the offload rather than just playing to a voice. Obviously didn't get the message across. There's a couple of turnovers there, but we look at that process. I think it's a fine balance of having ambition and control. So it's just reviewing those points when we come back in.
And looking at the conditions there today, the Pirates pitch isn't the best at the moment, but I thought the handling was excellent considering the conditions. Yeah,
we've been working hard, off the ball work, and I'm focusing on that for the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks. And there was some good transfer today in the wide channels, us attacking the ball. Still got a little way to go, but yeah, the handling was good. But I'd go back to it's the contact work. When you're in contact or post the initial contact, we've got to fight a bit harder with that.
The maul defence was good because Coventry scored a couple of tries from driving mauls against you last week. You seem to put that right.
Yeah, it's been a strength of ours all year. So it's just, I think the challenge is for any team is limiting the entries to that zone of the pitch. So we did well today, I think, in the middle third aspect. Obviously, we had that cluster of penalties when we're under pressure, but relatively happy with the maul defence.
Early on, the line-out didn't quite seem to function. What was going wrong there?
I'm not a line-up person. You put me on the spot there, but I think there's a couple of issues. Speaking of Morgs half-time, there was a lift issue, a throw issue, and a call issue. So there was a myriad of things going on. We'll address that. I think our line-out's gone through a real good patch, and today was a bit of a blip.
Looking at generally, the Pirates lost to Coventry beginning of the month, then beat them last week. Pirates lost to Nottingham in the Cup at home. You've beaten them today. You're putting things right that are going wrong. That must be That must be pleasing for you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So normally you come against some teams with contrasting styles that you have issues with, but obviously we've had 3 good wins against Nottingham, especially away from home. And you look at that Newcastle game, you know, we've had bumps in the road, but we've bounced back. So that's been a pleasing thing. And again, I go back to character. If you've got character, you've got substance. And although we were under pressure today, we showed character.
You've got players pushing for places in this team as well. I was working with Tom Duncan earlier on today, and John Stevens is not in the team. So there's various people who are fit and trying to get back in this team. So that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, we have most positions across the park, to be fair. And I think centre and back row at the minute is it's a conversation that ekes up a bit of time between us coaches in terms of combinations. So yeah, we're blessed in that department, and long that may continue. I know it's not nice not to play, but that competition creates that pressure of performance. So yeah, we're happy with that.
It's good that some of your players are getting game time with Red Ruth though as well. It's helping them and helping those players.
Yeah, and minutes available. So you know, Paddy Ryan and Suva playing there this week, and you know, Paddy's a really exciting up and coming player as well. So you put him into the mix in the back row. Yeah, good headaches to have.
So bit of time off now for you and the players?
Yeah, I think it's been a long stint, and the weather has been testing, I think, for any club in this league. We've had 8 or 9 weeks on the bounce since that Christmas break. So yeah, the boys and the coaches will be putting their feet up this week. So
if you looked at the beginning of the season, this is about 2/3 now through. You're 3rd in the championship, in the semi-final of the cup. Is that about where you'd expect to be, or is it better than you expect?
No, I think it's a true reflection where we're at. I'm not big on making predictions at the start. Obviously, you want to be as close to the top as you want to be, but there's a lot of things that can go your way and against you. So I think it's a true reflection where we're at, and the challenge is the last 10 games is, can we get a cup final? And can we keep pushing, you know, 3rd, 2nd in that league?
So talking the cup final, it's Newcastle away in the cup in April. That's a big game.
It is, and I welcome that, and the team welcome that, because I think it's not just about this season; it's the long term for us. So playing against that quality of opposition, you learn some valuable lessons, as we did in the last game, and that pressure and that stress from the loss normally, well, from my experiences, has created good things in this environment. So I'm happy with the away draw. I'm happy to play Newcastle as well.
So how excited are you about the last run in the season, the last 8 or 9 games?
I think I'm really excited because look at the position we're in. The challenge is as coaches is providing a platform that we keep the players in the best physical and mental state as possible. Always a challenge, but these last 10 games will show if we get that right. So there's the pressure on us to get that right, and there's the pressure on the players then to perform on the weekend.
Well, Gavin, bit of a nail-biting game today, but well done, you managed to get through.
Yep, cheers, John.
Gavin Cattle, the Pirates coach, reflecting on today's performance. The Pirates have beaten Nottingham by 21 points to 15. Thanks for watching the ITEC John Martin interview.